It's time for the Wendy Williams Show. Today, on the hit show everyone's talking about, Deception star Meagan Good. Plus, Wendy's Golden Globe Insider gives us first-hand dish on all of last night's red carpet drama. And Sharon Osbourne lashes out at Lady Gaga. We've got the latest. Now, here's Wendy.
To share with you, Britney Spears quit the X Factor and now she's called off her relationship with her fiance. We'll talk about that. Plus, Taylor Swift's friend is talking and you won't believe what she's saying. Plus, we've got last night's fashion hits and misses from the Golden Globes. So let's get started. It's time for Hot Topics. Thank you very much. Say, I love you too. Look, listen. As soon as I come out, I'm very observant of who my co-hosts are for the day. And what I've noticed is there's a lot of yellow being worn in the audience today. And then the other thing is there's no yellow over in the last section at all, which is, did we do that on purpose? All the yellow concentrated in the middle? Anyway. I'm glad you're watching. Thank you so much. The Golden Globes were last night. I don't know whether you follow me on Facebook, but me and my glam squad were tweeting the fashion hits and misses throughout the red carpet on E! Okay, so it was hosted by BFFs Tina Fey and Amy Poehler, and they did a great job. Argo won for Best Drama, and then Ben Affleck, who is Argo, won for Best Director, even though he wasn't nominated for an Oscar. Ben, by the way, you look good, like Jennifer Lopez used to have you looking. When I got here to the studio today, I'll be honest with you, that Memsor, my stylist, he had gowns lined up for me to wear to celebrate the Globes were last night. I was like, no, I'm not wearing a gown. But the next best thing is to look like a lady, and do you like my outfit? This controversy wig still continues to give controversy. A lot of people say it makes me look older, but you know what? I love it, and I'm not scared to look older. Anyway, back to the Globes last night. Jodie Foster gave her Lifetime Achievement Award speech, and everyone is talking about the speech because it was the speech where she finally confirmed that she's gay. Did we need a confirmation? I mean, do you know what I'm saying? Some people don't need to say anything. Everything's understood, and that's that. Anyway, but she publicly acknowledged her former partner, who is co-parent of their 2 kids. Good for you, but none of that. How many people here thought that this girl, Jodie Foster, was heterosexual? You need to borrow some of my gaydar here. There you go. Anyway, okay, so then last night on the Golden Globes, we saw Adele, who won for Best Song, her song Skyfall, and this is her first public appearance since having her baby. Now, I think that you look beautiful, Adele. Doesn't she look smaller now than she did even before she had the baby? And the interesting thing about her, have you ever heard her speak? I had never heard her speak until I saw the clip of her speech last night. I said, oh my gosh, I need a translator. Look, can we show her speaking? Okay, go ahead.
Oh my God, oh my God. Honestly, I've come out for a night out with my friend Ida. We're new mums. We've literally come for a night out. I was not expecting this. Thank you so much, so good. Oh, it's very strange to be here. Thank you so much for letting me be a part of your world for a night. It's amazing. We've been pissing ourselves laughing all.
So good. I love her. I loved her bouffant. And you know, she won over Taylor Swift. That's why Taylor was showing semi-shade during, did you notice the shade? Did you know, I forgot to, yeah, the stink face. Taylor, that face is not becoming of you. Anyway, congratulations, Adele, and you look beautiful. So, you know, I missed the whole Golden Globes on account that I was doing the red carpet with the tweets from my living room. My niece Alex was over, and like I was telling you, we were tweeting from 7 to 8. And then at 8 o'clock, I went to clean up the kitchen because I figured I want to be ready for Atlanta Housewives at 9 o'clock. But I made this great pot roast with the Ninja that we gave away during the holidays. Have you used your Ninja yet? Oh my, it's like the slow cooker. So I made the pot roast and I had to clean up, and then I was ready at 9 o'clock. I turned on the TV. There were no Atlanta Housewives. It was Shah's of Sunset, which is a great show. But I missed everything last night except for that damn red carpet. Anyway, but what I didn't miss is the celebrity romances. It was a very big weekend for celebrity romances. It's now time for hookups and breakups. All right, so Britney Spears and Jason Treadwick have called off their engagement. Who's been predicting this all along? And me. Like, we were out in Seattle. How you doing, Seattle? On Friday, and I was asked, you know, what are some of my celebrity predictions for the new year? And I couldn't really think of any. It's hard to predict, but there's one that came to the top of my head, and I said, Britney Spears and Jason have about 30 more seconds in their relationship. And I've told you this through Hot Topics. I said, you know, to you that he eventually is going to want to be with a present woman. Without the laughter, please. They're laughing. But you understand what I'm saying. He's going to want to be with somebody present, somebody who can give him a little bit more in terms of a relationship, not like a caretaker, which is what he always seems like to her, or to me, with her. Anyway, they started dating in 2009, and they were engaged for a year. And sometimes we would see Britney without her ring, and then people would be saying, oh, they're fighting, they're fighting, they're fighting. Anyway, sources say she returned her $90,000 engagement ring. As well she should. You know my rule on that. When you give him back the ring, I don't care if he's a multimillionaire and you're a cocktail waitress, and you can certainly use the money from this ring. When you give back the ring, that really just cuts his privates off right there at the nub. It does. It says, I'm truly done with you, and I don't want any parts of you, even though this is a beautiful ring. I could make it into a brooch. But no, you know what? Take it back. According to People magazine, part of the dissension between them is that Britney wants more kids and Jason doesn't. Well, I don't know that Jason has any kids. We did a little Hot Topics-y research. He has no children. Britney can't have any more kids, not at this particular time, not with all, you know, everything allegedly that levels her out. And all I'm saying is this is for the best probably for both of them. So, you know, good luck to both parties involved. And then the other Britney story, TMZ is reporting that she is allegedly being offered a residency in Vegas, which I think this is fabulous. You know what a residency is. That's where they back up the Brinks truck and they give, you know, a star like $100 million, and the contract is for like 3 years, and then the Vegas place where they're performing, they rent a house, there's stability in her son's life at that point. They can go to like the Vegas Middle School, and then Britney can sit still and take care of herself, and hopefully this residency thing works out. Britney, that'd be great. And now on to happier news. At least I view this as happier news. Kobe Bryant and his wife Vanessa have decided to work things out, call off the divorce. They've been together for 12 years. Yeah. And you are my people. I mean, you know, I vote for love and I vote for marriage and all that other kind of stuff. Vanessa posted the happy news on her Instagram. Very classy, right? Old English paper, burnt at the edges. Anyway, and then they were out last night at one of the Golden Globe parties, and they looked nice, except on account of that big stupid coat. Kobe, what are you doing? What are you doing with that coat? And then there were some cynics here at the show who were saying that he probably went to his lawyer's office and the lawyer probably said, well, it's cheaper to keep her, Colby. You know, just give her 3 mansions, which allegedly he did, and, you know, I guess, you know, more purple diamonds, and she'll be fine. And then other people said that, they probably have a secret on one another. I'm like, what secret? No, honestly, and you know I'm a cynic. I don't see any secrets. I don't see him staying with her just for the money. I mean, if you were worth, there's something called love and, you know, a genuine relationship out here sometimes. And I do believe these two have been together since high school. They haven't grown tired of one another. They've got gorgeous daughters. They've been together for 12 years. And I feel like money isn't everything. If he's worth $100 million, it's nothing to cut her half the check and send her on her way. He's still young enough to play, to regain that money. Plus, he can get endorsements. He can be the, you know, the voice of Crest or whatever, and still make the money. You know, on this one, I do not believe that it's all about the money and cheaper to keep her. On this one, I do believe that they are genuinely trying to work on their relationship. And good for you all. Yeah. So now, about that Taylor Swift, and you know, you might have mixed opinions about what I'm about to tell you. Nevertheless, it's my job. So there are details about her split from this boy, Harry Styles, from, what's he, One Direction? One Direction. I'm so old. It's the hair. A friend of Taylor's told Radar Online that Harry grew tired of Taylor's alleged asexual ways. She's a prude with a capital P. In Jersey, they would call that a DT, if you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. My people. They're saying that she is very sexually uninteresting, and boys get tired of that. Now, I don't know who this friend was, Taylor, but this friend needs to be kicked out of your circle, first of all, because why is this friend talking? Second of all, I'm glad that you are a DT. You know why? Because you're rich, you're beautiful, and it's not your fault if these boys fall for your distrustful eyes and your red lips. And girls who put out get bad reputations. I mean, you have a bad reputation and you don't even put out like that according to your friends. No. I mean, but here's the bad in her reputation, because we here have talked about it. She's been through, now, he was her 14th man in 3 years. Where were you on the day I talked to, miss a lot here on the show. Look, we've talked about this. Harry is her 14th man, and we're keeping an eye on who the 15th, 16th, and beyond is going to be. But like I said to you, you know, she's 23 years old, 14 guys, doesn't mean that she's sleeping with all of them. The idea that, you know, she's a tease, I mean, so what? You know, and also sources are saying that, you know, guys get turned off because she's constantly talking about antiques. Which is probably true, because we frequently see her antiquing. Here's a picture right here, antiquing. I'm sure that Taylor will give her side of the story very soon in the form of a song, because she recently tweeted, "Back in the studio, uh-oh." There's your Taylor Swift update. So, the Osbournes are attacking Lady Gaga, and it's time for celebrity catfight. Hit it. Okay. So Kelly Osbourne says that even though she's the thinnest and healthiest that she's ever been, people still call her fat, especially Lady Gaga's fans. Now, you know, Lady Gaga's fans are called her little monsters, and they've been attacking Kelly because Kelly said that Lady Gaga looked pregnant after she gained weight earlier this year. You know, here's what Kelly says. You want me to really round out this look? Right? I get called fat all the time. A big fat whore. Lady Gaga's fans are the worst. I actually think she's a good singer, but she has the worst fans in the world, and you have a responsibility to stop it. Stop that. How does she stop it? Tell her fans to stop? No, Katie? Kelly? No, she doesn't have a responsibility to stop it. She has a responsibility to entertain and make good music, but I have to tell you something. Then Lady Gaga responded back in an open letter on her website, and you know, she was saying, you know, loosely that she tries to discourage her fans from negativity and violence. But Kelly also she also blasts Kelly, Lady Gaga did, for being a bully when she's on Fashion Police. Well, you know what, Kelly? You can't have it both ways. Now, I am a fan of Fashion Police. I watch it. It doesn't sound bad when it comes from Joan, because she's a comedian and she's a bawdy broad. George knows how to be shady without being shady, because he is shady. George, you are shady, but in a nice way. Kelly, you just go in with the knife and twist it. I mean, and I'm not saying it's a bad thing, because it's very entertaining, but you can't have it both ways. So now, when people talk about you, you just sit there and take it. And furthermore, and I like Kelly Osbourne, but take it from the Hot Topics lady. You can't have it both ways. Just take it. Look, then Kelly's big mouth mother Sharon jumps in. And Sharon says, okay, well, there's a mother up there clapping. I don't feel as though this is a fight that a mother needs to be involved in, quite frankly. Sharon calls Lady Gaga a publicity-seeking hypocrite for posting an open letter criticizing Kelly to her 32 million Twitter followers instead of reaching out to Kelly privately. Well, first of all, there's only 24 hours in a day. I don't have time to call a grown woman about something that a grown woman should know better than, number one. And then Sharon goes on to say that Gaga's fans have made death threats to Kelly. She also goes on to criticize Gaga for wearing meat and fur, which that has nothing to do, you know, the meat dress and then the fur. What does that have to do with anything? Why did you even bring that up? I mean, you know, when I became the PETA girl, all my friends and a lot of Facebook people, but real life friends, and everybody thought I was gonna get new on them, you know, like, oh, you're wearing fur. No, I'm not gonna impose on you. You do what you want. I do what I want. Gaga does do what she wants. Hey, Osbournes, you'll never win taking on Lady Gaga's monsters, so sit down, okay? Let's move on. I had to rush and watch the Housewives of Atlanta this morning while I was getting my hair and makeup done. I was so mad that I missed it last night. Apparently it came on at 8 o'clock, and that's the new Bravo schedule now? Yep. It should have been that way all along so I can get some sleep. But anyway, so Phaedra wants Kenya and Cynthia to work on her donkey booty video for free. When Kenya protested, Phaedra explained why she should be working on her donkey booty video for free. Take a look, then we'll talk.
You're getting 90% of the pie, and all I'm asking for is 10% of that, and that isn't fair to you? You cannot recoup any money unless you have a distribution deal.
We understand
No, you don't understand.
No.
We act like we're just dead fish and no one's gonna pick it up. It's gonna sell buku copy.
This donkey booty,
Oh, Lord.
that thing, it speaks for itself. It walk in the room and it do all the talking.
Right, but you have to translate that into sales.
Oh, honey, it translates every day. I'm sitting on a pot of gold.
I love Phaedra. Bless your heart. But Phaedra, you never come off like a lawyer. You don't know how to defend yourself when somebody has you backed into a corner, and always with the sex talk and the donkey booty. Come on, I know that you're smarter than this. And I don't mind the donkey booty video, but you notice that everything with Phaedra, it always has to end on a sexual beat. And it always makes me say, is this the girl that graduated from law school? This is supposedly a smart woman. Phaedra, right there in that scene, Kenya looks smarter than you, which, you know, is a lot. No, Kenya's a smart girl, but you know what I'm saying. And then, I didn't Watch What Happens Live last night. Did you see Kenya perform? See, that's my bedtime by 11 o'clock on a Sunday night. There she is performing her new single called Gone with the Wind Fabulous. I have to tell you, everybody's, first of all, look at the two in the back voguing. I can't even, everything that she says in the song, it's like, you know, so they say I'm this, but I'm fabulous. They say I'm that, but I'm fabulous. I would have loved to have seen more Wind Machine because she's a beautiful woman, but you know what? You should, Kenya, go with your strengths. You need one of those dark and lovely hair ads or something like that. Good. Meagan Good, by the way. Meagan Good, who's here on the show, is friends with Kenya, so we're gonna talk to her about Kenya and you know, all that's going on with the Atlanta Housewives. You guys, I'm so glad that you're watching today. Please keep it here. We've got a wonderful show planned for you. The star of the hit new drama Deception, the gorgeous Meagan Good is here. But up next, everyone, style expert Katrina Zish is gonna join us with all the hits and misses from last night's Golden Globes. Don't go far, thanks. Welcome back. You know, last night the biggest stars in Hollywood gathered together for the 70th annual Golden Globe Awards. And here to break down the latest, or all the red carpet buzzes, the hits, the misses, is our friend, style expert Katrina Zish. Welcome back.
Thank you. Nice to see you.
Okay, so what were the overall trends last night on the red carpet?
Overall trends, well, you are rocking one of them, unsurprisingly, the sheer panel detail. That's going to be a huge thing for spring that we're going to be saying. I love it. I love it. Also, lots of lace, which I'm rocking today.
Lace, yes.
And also corset details. Super sexy, super feminine. Lots of great risks out there. Yeah, but it does good things for the...
the girls.
Yeah.
Okay, so our first celebrity category is Best Dressed. Who'd you pick?
Best Dressed. This was such a great red carpet. It was hard to decide, and some people disagree with me here, but I absolutely loved Jennifer Lawrence in her Dior haute couture gown. I think she looked spectacular.
Listen, they were talking about how it gave an unnatural point to the breast, but that looks so feminine. You know, I did love that gown.
What I liked about it is that it just really hugs her rib cage, and that waistline is gorgeous. Yeah, it does have a little bit of that sort of retro 1950s.
I love that.
Pinup girl Madonna. You know, there's a bullet bra look, but I think it's fantastic and it looks amazing on her.
It does look good. It's not my favorite, though.
What's your favorite?
My favorite, Jennifer Lopez. I wish that I could have seen more of her on the red carpet. Look, it's
I think she looks amazing. Zuhair Murad, I mean, this was classic Jennifer Lopez looking just so sexy.
Not only that, but she wins by a landslide. But if I had a second favorite, it would be Kate Hudson. Did you like her dress?
I love Kate Hudson. She was one of my favorites. This amazing Alexander McQueen dress. The one thing I will say, though, and it fit her flawlessly. I love the plunging neckline and the details. I wanted to see more of that neckline, though.
You're like my stylist.
I wanted her hair up.
But then she would look like an 80-year-old woman.
That's
it's a dress
a hard thing to say. But at least it should have been at least kind of maybe just back or even over to one shoulder.
Maybe.
But it was just...
Maybe.
I don't know.
You know, I thought that this dress could go either way. It could either look young or it can look old, depending on how the girl wears her hair. And I thought she was wearing easy breezy young. Anyway, that is my second favorite dress. I love that.
It does. The waist detail was fantastic.
It does, yes. And the neck. Okay, how about the red carpet trendsetters?
Trendsetter, I mean, I think one of the biggest trendsetters in Hollywood right now is Kerry Washington.
Okay, yes, I liked her hair.
She looks fantastic. Yeah, her hair looks great.
Yeah.
She's wearing this Miu Miu dress, and cream is going to be a hot color for spring, but we're also here seeing all those sheer details from the neckline to just under the, just above the knees, all the way down. Also, I like, this is not a floor length kind of major gown. It has sort of the ankle length midi feel to it.
Yeah.
Plus the embellishment, and that's really kind of the look of the moment. And she rocks it without looking like she's trying too hard.
I'm not so sure about that dress,
You don't
but
love
I love
it?
that. I'm not
I love
sure. Okay, best hair for the night.
Best hair, Anne Hathaway looked fantastic. I know it's her hair, but this is a woman who basically, we've seen so many women with their long flowing curls and the side hair, which is great, but this is a really tough short hairdo that's still growing out, and every time she wears it, it looks a little different. Here she's wearing it with her Chanel dress, and I just think it's elegant, the side swept bangs.
Yeah.
I love it.
I mean, it is a major risk for girls to cut their hair off and still be attractive, and she definitely does it.
She stands out.
Yeah. It wasn't the best hair.
Wasn't your I thought it was fantastic.
But it's hair. Only because it's not difficult to do. What do? You zhuzh your fingers through it and you hit the door.
I look at it from the whole head to toe on perspective, and somebody could have doing all sorts of things.
Did you like Naomi Watts' hair?
No.
Me neither.
I thought it was too contrived.
That's it. So
absolutely too
yeah,
contrived.
just too yeah.
Too stiff,
okay.
too old-fashioned.
So let's talk about which couple blew us away with best dressed.
I have two couples that I loved. First of all, my cool couple is Rachel Weisz and Daniel Craig. I think they're just so modern and so cool. Rachel in her Louis Vuitton dress actually has a similar polka dot sheer detail going on to what you have going on today, Wendy.
Yes.
And I love that, and I think she pulls it off really well. And Daniel Craig in his Tom Ford super slim cut tuxedo, and
They
it's
do look
also
elegant.
a midnight blue, and I just think they look so cool. They just look great on the red carpet.
They look elegant, but I'm not familiar with their love. I don't really read about it. Like my favorite
That's
red
true.
carpet couple was Keith Urban,
yes.
and Nicole Kidman,
Yep.
because they're I think.
They're my pick. They were my pick for the most classic couple.
I don't like her dress,
on
though.
the carpet. The Alexander McQueen. I think it was much more flattering and much better than what we've seen her wear recently. I also liked her hair. I liked the shorter length on her. I thought she looked pretty.
Yeah,
They
she
look
won't have
classic.
that dress on for long. They have got good love. If you know
They
what
do
I'm
have
saying.
good love.
Okay, let's talk about celebrity fashion fixes.
Yeah, I hate to say this one, and the woman I'm going to say was a huge winner last night, but not in the fashion category. That's Lena Dunham.
Yeah.
Of course, she won 2 awards for girls, but this Zac Posen dress just wasn't flattering
No,
for her.
no, you know
there
what?
was not
The
support in the bust.
It could have been flattering if she would stand up straight.
Well, right.
Use a little brush of tan. You know?
Well, yeah, I think also that, but I think also the fact that she has narrow shoulders and she does sort of hunch over, so that detail around the shoulders just enhanced that, and that's really what you were looking at, and then it really drew attention to her tattoos as
I
well.
don't want her to fix herself up. There's something really endearing
Exactly,
about her
that's
winning
part
more
of-
awards than every bee in the room.
She's totally quirky.
And
Totally quirky
looking
in a good
quirky.
way. Yep.
In a good way. Okay, my fashion pick for fashion fix, though, is not this little girl. It's Sienna Miller.
Yeah.
On account of she should know better.
Yes.
Really, girl?
Yeah. I know she was going with the retro 60s sort of mod look, but unfortunately it just didn't work on her. She's too
No.
petite also for that two-piece look, the high neck, it didn't work. She also had, I don't know if you noticed, she had all of her earrings in one ear only,
I
trying to
saw.
stup a trend.
Edgy.
Don't follow the
Yeah.
trend.
Don't worry,
Absolutely.
stars. There's
Good.
always next time to do better. Thank you so much, Katrina, for stopping by. Up next, everybody, the beautiful and talented Meagan Good is here. Okay. Our next guest has been acting since she was 4 years old. We loved her in Stomp the Yard and also Think Like a Man. And now she's starring in her very first lead TV role in NBC's Deception. Take a look. Please welcome the totally hot Meagan Good. Look at you. I just want to give you a little shoe cam. Keep your feet right there. Yes. So the last time I saw you, the only time that I've met you was on the set of Think Like a Man.
Yeah.
And you're one of these girls that, because you're so pretty, and I don't know a lot about you other than to know that you're so pretty, and I've seen you in Stomp the Yard and things like that. But my assumption always is, and I know I'm not alone with this, when a girl is young and pretty and's got it going on, she's going to be snobby to the rest of the room. Do you know what I mean? But you just blew me away with kindness on the movie set. So thank you. And I know that you love clothes. Did you watch the Golden Globes last night?
I saw pieces. I saw portions.
Who'd you love?
Kate Hudson.
Kate Hudson,
That
yeah,
dress.
all the way.
Yeah, that dress.
It's a good
is
one.
Gorgeous.
And Real Housewives of Atlanta, did you watch that last night?
I didn't watch it last night. I haven't got a chance to yet.
Yeah,
I
well-
have it on my TiVo though.
Is it true that you're friends with Kenya?
I know Kenya. Yeah, we actually were putting together a film a couple years back.
Oh,
but-
so you know her well.
Yes.
Well, what do you think about her being single? She's no longer with that guy, Walter.
I'm actually really happy for her. I've been trying to keep up with the show. I have it on TiVo. I'm gonna sit down and get my whole night in tomorrow.
Yeah.
But, from what I have been seeing, it's just I'm happy for her that she's single. And
Was she at your
starting
wedding?
fresh. No.
Oh, so you're not that close.
No.
I'm just saying.
We know each other.
Yeah. You know people. Because you had like 250, 300 people at your wedding. You had a big one.
Yeah, more people than I wanted to have, but we had a lot of family, and and we had people fly in, and so
Yeah. Well, and presumably you only get married once, so you want to do it the way you want to do it.
Right.
Now let's talk about your TV show Deception. Oh my gosh, the show. I mean, this show came out of nowhere, and you know, you're the star of the show. And Laz was here last week. We were talking about, you know, you all and knowing each other in real life and whatnot. But back to how you originally got the role. How many times did you have to audition?
Once, actually. And I didn't even really realize that, you know, by the second time I went in, I was testing. So it happened pretty quickly, which was a blessing because they just were open and I went in, I had a great audition, had a great time. The next thing you know, me and Laz were chemistry reading, so.
And you already knew each other, so the chemistry was great. The problem is that you were never lovers in real life, so how is that?
You know, this was our third project together. So we did Stomp the Yard, we did Jumping the Broom, and then this one, so.
Yeah, so what does your husband think about, you know, family friend Laz Alonso being your love interest?
They're actually really good friends. So it's kind of weird. It's kind of, sometimes it's like kissing your brother.
Yes.
You know, but at the same token, it's you know, it is about the chemistry and it is about making it fun and making it steamy. And so, you know, there's a mutual respect between both of them and Laz and I. And so we just have a good time. We just go in.
You know, Meagan is a California girl, which I did not realize that you were born and raised in what part?
Canyon Country, California.
Canyon Country,
Before it became Valencia.
Yeah, Valencia. Do you have siblings?
I do. I have an older sister, older brother, younger stepbrother, and younger sister.
Are they in the business also?
My youngest sister is 17. She's in a singing group called Phoenix Rose. And my older sister is a singer, and yeah.
When you were 4 and you started in this business, was your mom a stage mom? Was she driving you around?
She was a stage mom in the sense of that she was supportive, but she wasn't a stage mom. Like, she wasn't pushy or forcey or didn't force us to do. It was more like a hobby, and then we kind of, I fell in love with it, and so, you know, she's just been a really amazing support system. She's the best mom I could ever ask for.
This is like, and this new life that you've created for yourself, between the starring in your very own hit television show, as well as being on the cover with Ebony magazine with your new husband. I mean, it's good. So, you've been married now for 7 months to the Reverend. Is he a Reverend? Is he a man of the cloth?
He's a preacher, he's a minister.
Devon.
Yeah.
Does he have a church congregation?
No. No. He speaks and he, you know, he kind of does a little bit of everything. He is at Sony as well as an executive there, and then he preaches, and then he's also an author, and then he's a motivational speaker. And
how did you meet him?
I met
in the club.
No. No, not in the club. I met him. I had produced this little film. My friend and I, Ty Hodges, produced this film, and it was a Christian-based film, but it wasn't like religious or like, you know, forceful, but it was honest. It was about teenage prostitution. Make a long story short, he saw this film, thought it was great, brought me into his office and said, hey, you know, anything you need in the future, I just think you're awesome, and, you know, I love what you're doing, and that kind of thing. And then cut to 6 years later, he's the executive on Jumping the Broom.
Wow. And then how did he propose?
He proposed, well, I don't want to tell the whole story, but just because I want to keep something for us, but the main part was that when he went to go get the box, I didn't realize what he was doing, and then when he brought the box out, I was like, what is that? And then he started talking, and I was hearing what he was saying, and then I was like, oh my God, he's proposing. He's proposing. I was like, oh my God. Did you I didn't know what to do. I started like hyperventilating.
Yes.
And then I could literally hear him say, so I can tell you can't hear anything that I'm saying at this point, so I'm gonna go ahead and just ask you, will you marry me? And I was just like, absolutely.
That's
and
a sweet story.
Scooted up, and I was like,
yes, yes. Okay, Megan's gonna stay here up next. Meagan and her husband stayed celibate before they got married, so we'll find out whether that was a challenge. And I want to ask her about her legendary eyebrows. Keep it here. We were talking about all things Meagan Good behind the scenes, and I just got to, do you thread, pluck, or tweeze your legendary eyebrows?
I actually don't have to do anything now because I tattooed them. Like, yeah. Wow. I tattooed them about maybe 6 years ago. Because what happened is, okay, here's the story. Basically, growing up in the area that I grew up in, there was a lot of Spanish girls. And so the trend at the time when I was 15, 16 was shaving your eyebrows, which I did, and they never really grew back appropriately. So I kind of had to fight that, and then eventually I ended up having to get them tattooed just so that I didn't have to deal with it anymore. So it's not by choice, but, you know, at the same token, I love the shave.
But do you know that your eyebrows are Googled and everything? Like girls, yes,
I peeped that.
right? Girls are on it.
I peeped that.
All right, so then let's talk about getting married, but being celibate up until the ceremony. How long had you and Devon dated?
Gosh, it was about 10 months before we got married. It was one of those things where I knew he was my husband 9 months before he even asked me on a date.
Gotcha.
So I had prayed about it, and I had gotten confirmation, and God was just dealing with me on some issues that I had that I needed to work through. And so when we got together, I knew, and I was just kind of waiting for it. But it's funny though, because Tasha Smith, when I told her, I was like,
The acting coach.
No, she's the acting coach, but I know her as,
Tashi.
She's like a big sister to me. I forget that she's an acting coach. But I told her, I was like, Tashi, Devon's my husband. And she was like, she's like, but you know that he's celibate, right? And I was like, well, I'm celibate too.
Oh.
And she's like, no. He's like, for real celibate. Well, I was like, I am too.
How long had you been celibate pre-Devon?
Just a couple months.
Just a couple.
Yeah, I had just like really tried to, was getting myself together.
Girl. But look, no, I'm playing. Look, what about children in the future, you and Devon?
You know what? The only pitter-patter we're gonna hear right now is my niece Penny and her little sister that's coming.
Well, you've got time. Yeah. Congratulations on everything. Your life is good. She is starring in the new show Deception. It airs tonight at 10 on NBC. Check it out if you haven't. It's good. You guys keep it here. It's time for Ask Wendy next. Meagan Good. Wendy, how you doing?
Hey, Wendy, how you doing, girl?
Teetering on my heels now.
I'm Maggie, and basically, I'm planning a trip to Vegas for my birthday.
Oh, are you?
And my best friend of 16 years doesn't want to go because her boyfriend won't let her. So I'm pissed about that. So how do you feel? Do you think I should confront him about it and be like, I told her to sneak around, but she's not having that?
Well, first of all, she should have snuck.
She should.
That's number one.
Well, it didn't pass yet. It's coming up.
Yeah, okay, well, here's the thing. How old is everybody?
22, 23.
You girls are too young to be bossed around by boyfriends.
Thank you.
Now, if your friend goes with you to Vegas, she'll come back and chances are she won't have a boyfriend because men's egos are so fragile. But clearly he's not a man,
good.
he's a boy.
She's not a cheater.
She's not. You know what? I understand what you're saying. I didn't even think about the cheating aspect. I thought about, cute girls out in Vegas to celebrate a birthday and a controlling boyfriend. She's too young to be controlled like that now.
That's what I said. So you think I should confront him about it?
No,
or what?
you need to mind your own business.
I can't keep my mouth shut.
But you do need to talk to her about it. And if she doesn't go, then she doesn't go. I mean,
she better go.
She'll be your pitiful friend when you come back, but nevertheless.
All right.
All right.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. Oh. Hi, Sparkles.
How you
doing? All right. How can I help?
I've been engaged to my wonderful fiance for 5 years. And we have a wonderful relationship, and we have a great time. I'm 59, he's 62. But we have grown children who are bugging the heck out of us about getting married.
Is this one of them?
This is my daughter.
Okay.
My children love him, and his kids absolutely love me. We got grandkids together, too. So we're trying to decide, should we just go ahead and set a date just to shut them up? Because right now, we feel like it's not broke, what we got to fix. What you think, Wendy?
Honestly, I think that you've earned the right to make your own decisions in your life. If you don't want to get married, don't get married. It's not something that she should be doing for you and the other kids.
Right.
However, what I will tell you is that if you do set a date, don't make it a whole bunch of money. Just go to the justice of the peace. And if you set a date, you've got to stick with it. So I'm going to leave this one up to you.
Well, thank you,
You're
Wendy.
very welcome.
Thank you.
Very welcome. Everybody don't go away. We've got red carpet highlights from our Golden Globes Insider next. Don't miss it. Tom was right in the middle of the red carpet action at last night's Golden Globes. Take a look.
Hey, Wendy, I'm here at your favorite part of the Golden Globes, the red carpet. Now, this is Hollywood's biggest party of the year. The stars are pulling up right now, and I'm gonna find out how they do it.
Wendy, love you. How you doing?
Are you prepared for a wardrobe malfunction? How do you prepare?
Well, I've got one right now, but I'm not going to share it with you. I tore the dress in the car, so I'm just trying to keep this arm tucked down so that my bosom doesn't fall out.
My man spanks might explode at any moment. You never know.
I think my friend took a photo of me in the bright light, and it was not see-through, and that was about it. You know, us ladies have a tough time with the shoes. So you were walking down the red carpet. Who are you wearing today? Is it comfortable?
Oh, I'm wearing Jimmy Choo, which, by the way, for me, Jimmy Choo is the most comfortable shoe. And these that I'm wearing, they're like 7-inch heels, but they have a platform, and they are so comfortable. People who are not in a good mood at award ceremonies, it's because their feet hurt.
My stylist, Allison Kahn, wanted me to wear super fancy, sparkly, awesome shoes, but I said, you know what? Since this dress hits the ground, I'm gonna wear my comfortable nude pumps, and no one will know except everyone who's watching.
Wendy, from your little sister, Nene McTenny. How you doing?
Wendy, that's all the scoop from the red carpet. Now, everybody here wants to know.
Love it. Thank you so much, Diana. For more Golden Globes dish, be sure to check out hollyscoop.com. Keep it here. We'll be right back. Time today, and I want to thank my guests, of course, my co-host, my studio audience. Tomorrow, the hilarious Kevin Hart will be here, along with the co-stars of The Real Husbands of Hollywood, Boris Kojo, JB Smoove, and Dwayne Martin. I love you for watching today. See you next time on Wendy. Bye-bye.